Hey gang, beautiful day in South Florida. Happy New Year. Today's project on Not a Chance is gonna be getting the gas tank, fuel tank beds glassed into place so that they'll be ready for the fuel tanks. And I'll show you what I mean by that. I did a little prep work, and this is a piece of the old flooring from the boat that I had laying around, and there is the bed that I prepped. That section of the hull is just going to get covered up. I'm going to put a little gel coat on that just to protect it a bit, and then we're going to get glassing. Okay, so I did this prep work, which is just some grinding, and I set up these two blocks to hold what will be the deck of the fuel tank. And basically what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to wipe this out with acetone so I can clean it up. And that does two things. Acetone is not only going to clean it up, but it's going to loosen up the epoxy so that it will adhere better with the gel coat. At least that's what I understand. I've learning a little something more every day with this, and that's the latest. Acetone is supposed to help the gel coat adhere when you have a mind crash. No, it's supposed to help it adhere when you are using gel coat. And so we're going to give it a whirl. Okay, I have my gel coat right here. It is just shy of a pint, 14 ounces. And I have my MEK right here. And supposed to put, for this amount, roughly a pint, you're supposed to put about 1/3 of an ounce. And that's the low end, and the high end is around 2/3 of an ounce, I guess. So for this amount. So I'm going to go with about a 1/2 ounce. And this is science, but not really. If you're off a little bit, it's not going to matter. It's just going to take a little bit longer to kick, harden up, and if you're, or maybe kick a little quick, which probably isn't good. You don't want it to be brittle. Okay, I got a roller. If I was doing this somewhere where it's going to be seen, you want to put some tape on this roller and pull off any little hairs that might be on there. But because this is below deck, I don't much care how it looks in the end. I just want to get a nice coat on here to protect. Give it all a nice even coat, and then we'll be probably about getting ready to glass the cap on. You should try not to sweat in it, but oh man, in this heat it's tough not to. Again, if you're doing something that's going to be visible, then you got to be more cautious and take your time and take precautions about the sweating and whatnot. Alright, setting the gas tank floor in. it's gonna fit fine. But now I've got to mix up the epoxy to set it into place. And what I'm going to do is come back with the epoxy all ready to go. I'm going to have some gel epoxy, and then I'm going to have filler epoxy, and get this positioned, and that'll be that. Okay, it's Sunday morning, and I am out to check on how well this gas tank base set up, and well, I can stand on it no problem. I'm not terribly pleased with my work. I wish this was a little bit more level, but it's got a 3/4 inch divot downward. I'm actually going to add a little more glass on this. And I realize I should have just been using 1708 yesterday instead of using the 3/4 ounce mat. It would have gone so much quicker, and it would also probably be quite a bit stronger. So I'm going to reinforce it and do a little more. And I'm going to learn from the mistake, and I'm going to do a better job on the port side here and hopefully get it done quickly. Okay, port side, here we go. I got my grinder, 36 grit disc, a couple of extra discs, an extra battery, and some safety gloves. You definitely want to wear gloves using that grinder. It's a beast. I've been bitten by it before, and it hurts. It takes skin off fast. I'm also wearing a suit, because a Tyvek suit. You got to wear that because you don't want to be itching from this stuff, and you got to have a mask because the fumes that it gives off are toxic. So you definitely want to be serious about the safety gear on this one. Light stuff, I know you see me doing it, I don't have whatever on, you know, but in this case you want the mask for sure. All right, now we're going to do a quick wipe down with acetone to prep it for the gel coat. Whoa, be careful of the fumes. Whew, they can get to you. I used to know a guy many years ago, sadly. He was trying to do some work under his hull, and there wasn't enough ventilation. And that was the end of him. Terrible thing. So definitely, you got to take working with chemicals seriously and be careful. See what it does to the glove. I tabbed in 3 blocks. One here as a plate to hold up the fuel tank floor, and one there and one there. So now the question is, And we're going to measure it. My Black & Decker vintage 1980s auto measuring tape. Oh. 30 3/4. Alright, that's pretty spot on. Here's a little of the, this is the roller I use for the gel coat on the other side. Just put it down on it. And this is why I say that West Systems, even though this is actually gel coat, obviously on West Systems, but this wasn't prepped or anything, but the gel coat is incredible how strong it is on there. Jeez, I didn't know it would be that strong. No, I gotta get a hammer to get it off there. Okay, she's still a little tight. This stuff cuts really easy. It's easy to work with. And we're getting there. Still too big there and too big on this side. But that's a pretty damn good fit down there. You want to be really exact when you do this. Not really. The fiberglass is forgiven. Still a little too tight. Much better fit than yesterday's. Okay, I whipped up a batch of gel coat, and I'm gonna just roller it right on in the on the hull there, just for protection. Just I got that all wiped down, and I'm gonna let dry a minute or two. I just remembered a valuable fiberglassing lesson. So this is the gas tank floor bed that I put in the other day, and I took a fiberglass class, private class, with the owner of Phantom Boats up in Sarasota, and he gave me a good bit of wisdom. Whenever you're glassing something in for the exterior of the boat or that's got structural issues, minimum of 4 coats of glass. So I didn't care what you use, whether it was 4 coats of chopped mat or 4 coats of whatever it may be, woven and mat. But you know, like, so I did this the other day. I did it with a coat of chopped mat, about 2 or 3 coats, and I thought that would be enough. Then I stood on it, it still flexed the next day, so I put a coat of 1708, which is a combination of woven and chopped mat, and that solided it up like no tomorrow. I need another layer of 1708 to really make it solid, so I'm going to put that on here. And then maybe I'll get the gel coating this.